Okay, let's look at the verse guitar part for Soul Man. We've had that lovely intro and then we go into this. This little rhythm figure, it's really clever playing again by Steve Cropper. He's using little voicings of G and C. And they're cool shapes you can take and use in other contexts. So I'll just break down the shapes first of all, and then we'll talk about the strumming and the rhythm. Second finger on the 4th fret of the G string. You may know that that is a B there, a B natural, and you may know additionally that is the major third of a G chord. Then your first finger goes on the 3rd fret of the B string, which is a D note, and that's the 5th of the G. And then the G that we need to make the G is actually on the top string, the 3rd fret of the high E, and I'm just using 2 fingers for that, yeah? It's a little G major triad with the notes B, D and G. The first inversion. Nice! We hit that twice. The rhythm's quite specific, we'll come back to that, because once we've done that, we're going to go 7 on the G, 7 on the B, 7 on the high E. At the moment that's the top of a B minor chord, but what we're going to do is we're going to put our second finger on 8 on the B, and that gives us a G major triad. This time we've got D, G, B. Okay, now you might recognise that shape as being D major, just moved up the neck. Yeah? Now you could use first finger, second finger, third finger. I got you to bar with the first because I think that's a bit more efficient. We'll go into it quite quickly. So we've got across the 7th fret with the first finger of the G, B and E, and the second finger on the 8th fret of the B. So we've gone, and then we come back to our first position, but we stop off on the way. We take a little pit stop by playing 5 on the G, 5 on the B and 5 on the high E. It's kind of a C that, with an A on top. It's like a C6. So we've got C, E and A. So we've gone. That one, I would be thinking about just barring with the first finger. Yep, you haven't really got time to set it up with 1, 2 and 3. So keep that index finger nice and close to the fret wire, nice and parallel. Make sure your thumb is pinching the back of the neck around the 5th fret. It wouldn't make any sense to have it kind of stretched down here behind the 2nd fret. You want it to help squeeze like a vice, but not too tight. Okay, so we've got that shape of G. 4 on the G, 3 on the B and 3 on the high E. Then we come up and play that version of G. 7th fret, 8th fret, 7th fret, 7 on the G, 8 on the B, 7 on the high E. Then we come back and play 5 on the G, 5 on the B, 5 on the E. So 5 on the G, 5 on the B, 5 on the E, before returning to our first shape. Okay, now the rhythm is, we've got that going on. That vibe, yeah? Now I'll talk you through it. On that first G shape down at the 3rd and 4th fret, we hit it twice. We hit it for a quaver, half a beat, and then there's a semi-quaver rest, a quarter of a beat, and then after that little rest we do an up strum, so it's down, up, yeah? Down, up, down, up, down, up. Just doing that once. Then we come into the 7th position version of G major, or the D form, and we play that 3 times. Down, up, down. The first strum is a semi-quaver. The second one is a quaver on the up, so it's a bit longer, and the last one is staccato down. So you mute that last one as soon as you hit it by lifting the pressure off the fingers. As soon as you lift the pressure off the fingers, the strings start vibrating. You're touching them, but you're not kind of touching them and pressing them down in a way to get the note out. So we've got, yeah, and then 5 on the G, 5 on the B, 5 on the E. Notice how you can just take the second finger off and slide. You just hit that once. That's staccato 2. And you come all the way down to the G version, 4 on the B, 4 on the G, 3 on the B, 3 on the E, and you hit that once. So it ends with, so we had, yeah. Notice how we're only ever hitting the top 3 strings. This tune, this guitar part was written in a big ensemble with vocals and drums and bass and horns. We don't want to, and obviously bass guitar, we don't want to step in people's way. We could play, just kind of that thing, but that's not going to cut through. That thing is not as groovy as... Now, we do it 12 times. We do it 4 times before the vocal comes in. We keep doing it another 8 times until the chorus.